Well, Tennessee businesses are teaming up with the state to stop human trafficking, and Secretary of State Hargett is spearheading the effort.
Yeah, the group Tennessee Businesses Against Trafficking will train employees to recognize when it's happening and look for signs to help prevent it. Secretary Hargett joins us this morning. We're glad to have you live in studio. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you, although I hate to follow Nia.
I know.
I mean, what a fantastic
She's a tough act to follow.
What a cutie. Tell us a little bit about this initiative. It's really getting businesses involved in being able to recognize signs of human trafficking.
That's exactly right. So, this is an opportunity to help find a way to engage businesses in the fight against the second fastest growing criminal enterprise in the country. And a lot of people think this something just happens in third world countries. They think that, if someone is being trafficked, that they're abducted, they're kidnapped, they would cry out for help. But we see these people in our community, and in fact, they estimate that less than 1% of cases are ever reported. So we've developed a training program where we can do it virtually or in person and come to your business and train your employees to know what the signs are of human trafficking and then know what to do once they see it. So we're hoping that we can help put an end to this epidemic.
How many businesses are taking you up on this, and what are you training them to look for?
Yeah, we're over 250 businesses at this point. We're looking for for-profits, nonprofits, chambers of commerce, et cetera. And also, don't just think of it this way. It's not just about the customers that you have. Think about when you're a customer out and about in the community, too, because we're all going to buy gas, we're all going to grocery stores, et cetera. So we have the opportunity to see people. And so, I'll give you one example. This time of year, someone who's being trafficked may be dressed inappropriately, not warm enough clothes. I mean, the person who's trafficking them in many instances will say, hey, you want to figure out how to get warm, you go find somebody to take you up on the offer to go get warm. And so if you see somebody maybe that is with somebody at a gas station or grocery store, what have you, and they just never seem to get quite out of an arm's length, the power dynamic just doesn't seem to match up, that's another case where, that's a sign of human trafficking.
This is something that's free for businesses to participate in?
It's absolutely free. Okay. And, 250 plus businesses, we've just barely scratched the surface because we've got 405,000 businesses that are registered with our office and the Secretary of State's office.
It's really become a growing problem in Tennessee. Hopefully this will help ease that problem. Switching to other topics this morning, Secretary, we just ended a special session on several topics in Nashville, one of them being the voucher program. It seems from what we've reported on that by and large it's not supported across the state of Tennessee by many residents, not all, but by many residents, but it kept being brought up in session, and now it finally passed through some changes in elected leaders. What do you make of that, and what do you say to the people of Tennessee to get them on board?
Well, what I would say, and number one, in our office, we don't really have a lot to do with that, but what I will say is I think there's a lot of people out there who are looking for what is the best path for their child, and they're taxpayers, and they want their taxpayer dollars to help them raise their child because they get one chance at that. And so I think that Governor Lee and the legislature are just looking for one more tool in the toolbox to help build the next generation of Tennesseans.
Secretary Hargett, the prices of everything just high right now. That includes groceries. I know there's been a big discussion about repealing the grocery tax. That wasn't, though, included in the governor's budget proposal this time around. Is that something that we could see happen this year, or is that off the table?
We are a sales tax state, and so whenever you start taking a sales tax off of groceries completely, you really are eroding our sales tax base. We've had a tremendous run of sales tax revenues continue to grow, but they're beginning to, that rate of growth has decreased and starting to flatten out a little bit, and it's hard to continue to build higher on a base. I don't see that coming up. I mean, honestly, I just don't think that the money is there to be able to do that.
Talk about the support for Helene victims. I know that has been a priority in our state, getting them the help they need. How is that going?
I think that's going well. I really want to commend the Lee administration, Governor McNally, Speaker Sexton, and people on both sides of the aisle who have really been interested in helping those in their real hour of need. And I think that was priority number one for a lot of people when they came back in a special session.
What are you doing here today? What's on your agenda?
Well, we're talking about our program today. We've got a couple other visits to talk about our role with Tennessee Business Against Trafficking, as well as election integrity. We've got some businesses we're going to go visit today and hopefully get a few more people on board.
All right. Well, good luck with that, and keep us updated on how it's going.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you this morning.
It was great to have you live. Thank you so much for
privilege.
giving us the opportunity.